Welcome everybody to this World of Tanks replay. My name is Maxwell, and the first replay today is from the user Dino95. That is Dino95, and he's driving the WZ-111 on a standard battle on Ensk. WZ-111 being a tier 8 premium tank for the Chinese. It was the one that was available either in-game or you could buy tokens for this tank. If you got a couple of tokens, it worked out pretty cost efficient for a tier 8 premium. If you wanted to buy all the tokens separately, then it definitely didn't work out cost effective. Haven't seen a replay from this tank perform particularly well so far, so it's going to be interesting to see how well this thing can do. Dino straight away finds a Pershing, sees his side armor as he angles it nicely, gets a great shot through that, sets him on fire. The Pershing gets to use his fire extinguisher just before he burns up, but that is still a huge 663 damage shot, and that Pershing is going to be long gone now. There's no way he's going to poke back out. Does take a little bit of damage from the counterpart WZ-111 there. Wasn't able to get any damage back, but he's going to get himself set up in a nice side scraping position here, using the building as cover. Going to try and lure some people into firing at his strong side armor. There you go. Enemy WZ fires and doesn't do any damage and takes a huge bit of damage back in return. T29 also doesn't penetrate. And Dino is in a fantastic position now. He's got an IS-6 in front. And he's just got to try and lure the enemy WZ into firing again, which I think he did there. I'm not too sure which tank took that shot. It might have been the T32 in the back. There we go. WZ does fire and doesn't do any damage again. And Dino95 able to get another good hit onto him. He starts to back off now, realizing that he's outclassed. But Dino realizes there's a threat on the right-hand side as there's an IS-3 and a T32 moving up. There's only a couple of medium tanks in the back to hold them off. So you're going to have to be careful now. Dino sees them starting to make a move, so he makes a move as well. Going to try and eliminate this T29 as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, left him with just 22 hit points there. They're going to have to flank all the way around. The IS-6 takes out the WZ, which is a much higher priority target. Doesn't get any damage back from that T29. Unfortunately, the T29's armor being a little bit troll there, and just soaking up the damage from his shot. Got a few seconds left on his reload. This T29 is just in full retreat mode. He's going to come charging around the corner, take out the T29 before the T37 gets him. Drops back just a little bit, but it looks like the T37 is fully engaged in front of him. The IS-3 is now pushed forward. The T32's dueling with the IS-6. Going to take out this T37 pretty easily there. Now going to head back into the courtyard to try and help the IS-6, who has just fallen. Luckily, the T32 should be a one-shot if he can get through that weak side armor, which he can indeed. He's going to turn his attention ahead to this IS-3, who's currently dueling with that Super Pershing. And just let his gun focus all the way. You can see the aim time of this gun's pretty damn slow. The IS-3 realizes he's in trouble, so he advances forwards. The Super Pershing does get taken out. Dino's not going to let the IS-3 get away. Gets a great shot through his rear armor there to take out his track as well. Going to set himself up. The IS-3 starts to make a move. Looks like he's going to be fast enough. That IS-3's got some serious acceleration. And Dino, unfortunately, has lost the IS-3 now. He's headed off. Although there is a KV-4 in that courtyard, so that IS-3 hasn't got free reign to just run away. He's going to have to deal with that situation. Allied team not doing particularly well at the moment. Well, actually now they've evened it up a little bit, only losing by 1 kill. That KV-4 did indeed take out the IS-3. So he ran, but not for long. There was a Super Pershing in the middle of the field somewhere here. There we go, he's on the far left-hand side. Going to flank around and try and get hold of him. KV-4's also in hot pursuit. Rest of the enemy team is on their far right-hand side. And they're pushing through quite quickly now. You can see a T69 and a Type 59 making moves down to take out those tank destroyers. They are done now. And there's only this VK-30-01 in around the base to spot these medium tanks coming in. Mediums all making a push now. The Allies going to have to try and find this Super Pershing and make their way back to the base, as it is almost certainly about to be captured. There we go. The base capture starts. And if these medium tanks all pile in together, They've taken out the WZ-111 there, and if they all pile in together, they may be able to get the base capture off before this one is over. But I'm pretty sure that thinking that the winning, well, it was 9 kills to 12, that they've got this one in the bag and don't need to continue the base capture. T69 just being a little bit elusive there. T34-1 only on very, very small amount of hit points there. Dino95 going to be a pal, drop back, help out his T71 to take out that T69 for kill number 5. Takes a little hit from the front, but he's going to come in and try and find this tank that was base capturing. There we go, takes a hit from the front and the side and the rear. He's going to try and take out this T34-1 now. He's got a minute and a half before the base capture completes, so plenty of time. Inside the KV4 takes out the T34-1. His engine gets eliminated, uses repair kit to just fix that one right up. He's going to advance forwards now. He's got a Type 59 and a Panther. And there is still that artillery piece on the enemy team. Going to try and get a shot on this Panther, but his gun's way too inaccurate to be able to land that shot. Type 59 charging down after the T71. Got to wait for this long reload now before he's able to take out this Panther. Hopefully get one good shot through his side, which indeed he does, takes him out for kill number 6 and a well-deserved Top Gun medal. And that just leaves the enemy artillery in this Type 59. KV4 stubbornly going for a base capture here, although it could be necessary in the end. Type 59 charging down the field here, going to try and reset, gets a great shot. Fully on the move on this Type 59. Is the Type 59 going to be able to reset this one? He is indeed, with 1 second left on the base capture clock. He may not be able to come up with the win, as he's only got 300 and some hit points, but he's able to reset on the KV4, which was a fantastic, fantastic move by him. He gets taken out, but let's give him a congratulations anyway. That is GG and the victory. A well-deserved 6 kills, nearly 4,500 points of damage, coming up with the victory for his team. So well played there by Dino95. Thank you very much for sending that replay in. Don't forget to stick around, because as always, there is another game coming right up. And our second replay today is from the user, the Dutch Ranger. That is the Dutch Ranger. And he's driving the T54E1 on an encounter battle on Ensk. T54E1 being a Tier 9 medium tank for the Americans. It's not a tank that you see a lot of these days. Not very many people driving it, but in the right hands it is still a great little machine. Capable of a decent amount of burst fire. The gun on it can be a little bit troll and doesn't have the best penetration for its tier. In fact, I think it's just over 200. Yep, 210 on the standard ammunition. But in the right hands, this thing can be pretty damn good. Not got the best top speed, but very maneuverable and very quick. Let's just see what the Dutch Ranger is able to do with it. Gets himself set up in an advanced position. Going to try and catch some of the enemy heavy tanks moving into position here. Going to try and get a little bit of burst damage off against them and then back off while he gets that 33-second reload underway. Here, very, very early. So nothing really happening just yet. You can see the enemy team already spotted out on that right-hand side. They're concentrating quite a lot of tanks over there. Enemy T54 makes an appearance, but the Soviet armor there proving just a little bit too tough. 2 shots not able to penetrate. Going to try the third one does, and the fourth one does as well. Gets a nice bit of damage. Only landed 2 shots, but got almost 850 points of damage on that T54, and he is effectively out of this battle now with only 77 hit points. Now, the Dutch Ranger's got to start that very, very long reload of 33 seconds. You can see the enemy team pushing quite hard on that right-hand side, which means that the Allied team is going to have to push through the enemy line very quickly here on the left around the cap circle. There is definitely another enemy tank in around here somewhere. as somebody did drive through the capsule, unless he's already been eliminated. The Dutch Ranger comes for the Lorraine 40T and takes him out. No problem whatsoever. Still got 3 shells in the chamber. Going to see who else he can find to donate these to. Looks like the enemy team has pushed very, very quickly on this right-hand side. They've eliminated all of the allied tanks there, winning this one 6 kills to 8 right now. Winning by 2 kills. The Dutch Ranger decided to reload his shell on his way, reload his canister, sorry, on the way over to this battle. Wants all 4 shells in the chamber rather than just the 3 of them. And you can use times like this when you are relocating on the battlefield. You can use that opportunity to reload your cannon and get the maximum amount of shells that you need. It's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel here. Gets a great shot on that Tiger 1. Switches across to the Waffenträger there. Going to switch to the Rheinmetall now. Takes him out. One more shot for the Tiger. Takes him out as well. And that was an excellent, excellent clip there. Taking out the Tiger 1, the Rheinmetall, and getting damage on the Waffenträger Panzer IV for a huge amount of damage. His platoon mate in the M46 Patton has arrived now. He's going to have to fall back behind this building while he reloads. And again, when his reload's almost done, as you can see, he uses that opportunity to start moving forward and get into a different position. To fire at the enemy from a different angle. Uses the time between his reloads in order to do this. Cannon is reloaded now. Going to focus back on the Waffenträger. Might take some damage from him, but one more shot should be enough to take him out. Take him out he does. He's got 1 shell left. Going to try and get into a position where he can land that on the Jagdpanther 2. That one didn't quite go through. But the Jagdpanther 2 takes out the M46 Patton. That is another kill for the Dutch Ranger. He's evened this one up nicely at 10 kills to 10. He's got 4 kills and he's in the middle of a reload. The Tiger 88 was pushing forward, but he gets taken out by the Rheinmetall now. And this one has now swung into the favour of the allied team. Enemy team does still have an E75 on half health. And a well-played E75, no matter what their health is, can be very, very difficult to shift from the battlefield. Looks like the Dutch Ranger may focus on the Jagdpanther 2 here. Jagdpanther 2's got a hellish gun on it. So if we can get him out of the battle. That one not quite landing. Second one does. Jagdpanther 2 somehow bounces. Looks like that one has bounced on the front plate of the T54E1. He takes out the Jagdpanther 2 in return. And the T34... a little bit behind the action here. A little bit too much going on at once. Takes out the T54. Reloads his cannon. That was a Top Gun medal. He's done almost 4,500 points of damage already. And this one has been fast and furious. Looks like there's a Panther 2 left. And an E75. Going to try and move in on the E75 here. Not quite sure if that's going to be his front armor or his rear armor there. Like I said, he's still on half health. The allies do have twice as many tanks as the enemy team. But like I said, the C-75 can be a dangerous beast, especially if he can hide between shots. It's going to be very, very difficult to kill. And his cannon has a hell of a lot of penetration and a good amount of alpha damage. But if the Dutch Ranger can catch him side on here, he's going to be in trouble. Looks like he does have the side armor. Gets one good shot. The E-75 mistakenly stops. Doesn't turn his front armor onto target, so he gets taken out. That's kill number 7. 5,500 points of damage. And if that E-75 had had a brain, that definitely would not have gone that way. For some reason, gets shot in the side and immediately stops and keeps his side armor facing towards the T54E1. He should have either continued driving or turned his front armor immediately onto the Dutch Ranger. So there's just this Panther 2 left. Allies have the Dutch Ranger himself and this Comet on 700 health. And I know that the Panther 2 has a very fast-firing cannon if he has the top gun, but it's not going to be enough. If the Dutch Ranger can catch him out in the open, he's going to be able to burn him down quick enough, even if he takes some damage himself. Panther 2 trying to set himself up side scraping, but the Dutch Ranger just says, nope, you're having none of that. I'm coming in for the kill. The kill is what he takes. That's kill number 8. A well-deserved Radley Walters medal and almost 6,000 points of damage. So absolutely excellent game played there by the Dutch Ranger. Fast and furious and showing exactly what this tank can do in capable hands. So thank you very much for sending that replay in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, send that into replay@screenreality.com. The link for that is in the description. Just attach the replay file itself or the link to the What Replay website to the email, and I can check that one out for you. And don't forget, if you enjoyed these replays, you found it useful, informative, you learned something, or you just enjoyed it, then think about hitting that subscribe button, because there's a lot more World of Tanks content on this channel. I've been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks Replays, and I'll catch you guys next time.